One car trying to hang on off top of the hill over here at a turn of performance. Tyler Millwood, the 31 car, keeps it on the speedway, keeps it going. Super Mario 15,283 on top of the leaderboard early on. Here in the hot lap session, the stickman Alan Stick second quick, 15,376. Still a little greasy, a little slimy out there. Drivers not all the way quite up to speed yet right now. Super late model track record here is a 12:42, set back on March the 28th of 2019 by Jason Hyatt. The 12.42. So just about 3 seconds off the pace of the track record right now. Those drivers will make their way to the infield. We'll get ready to push out wave number 2. I have 27 drivers in Group A for qualifying later on this evening, 27 drivers in Group B. Group A will make up heat races 1 through 3, and Group B will make up heat races 4 through 6. And don't forget, race fans, to get signed up on Dirt Draft here tonight. Before the first heat race, new subscribers will receive a free T-shirt for the Dirt Draft. Dirt Draft is a app on your phone. It's almost like fantasy baseball or football. You got $100,000 to start with. You can pick 5 drivers, and each driver has a price. You know, some of the more notable names, so maybe worth a little over $20,000, and so on and so forth. You pick 5 drivers, and you compete against everybody else. You can start a league up at any time. You can join the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series League, and you can get signed up tonight. And I do believe Hunter Jordan is a big player in the Dirt Draft as well. Hunter, why don't you talk to us a little bit more about Dirt Draft?
Yes, I am a massive Dirt Draft guy. Like you said, $100,000 you start with. Each guy has a price. It goes down the list by value. As Roby said a couple broadcasts back, some of those guys may not agree with that value, but each guy has a value and it goes down the list. And you pretty much have to like average out your team. So you're not going to be able to afford to just pick like absolute powerhouses. So you have to kind of play it smartly, go throughout the field, fill up that $100,000 in 5 spots. And yeah, you could join leagues. You can start personal leagues with family and friends. You can join the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series League. You can win prizes. So it's definitely something that if you're not already into, definitely something to get into, especially if you're a fantasy football, fantasy baseball, fantasy basketball, and you're a racing fan, you want some of that. Well, we have now got that in dirt track racing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible what Dirt Draft is doing. Like I said, new subscribers, you'll receive a free T-shirt as well. So get signed up, Dirt Draft. And download the app on the Google Play Store or the Apple Store as well, right there on your phone. And don't forget, all the information you need is right there in the palm of your hands on My Race Pass. And the My Race Pass app, not sure who a certain driver is, you can just look them up on the lineups or entry list. Here, search Talladega Short Track, click tonight's events, and all the information you need is right there in the palm of your hand on the phone. As Dirt Track Hot Lap Session number 2 already underway. Lap times already picking up here in the second wave of hot laps. As drivers in the 14-second bracket already. Chris Ferguson out there on the speedway. There you see the Hunt Front Super Series Rookie of the Year in 2024. Jackson Heiss in the 388 car. Out there on the speedway with Neil Haggett. And the Advanced Logistics 21 XXX of Columbus, Mississippi. Track is picking up bad fast right now. There you see Fergie time. Chris Ferguson, the Mount Holly, North Carolina driver. Finished 4th last night after winning his heat race. He's currently quickest in the Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 2, 13.5 at 96. Shane Frame, Shane Clanton, Jimmy Owens, Brandon Carpenter, right now the top 5 fastest in this group. Ferguson had a very tough heat race last night, but he was able to walk away and pick up the win. And ran and pretty much inside the top 2 or 3 all night long. And Talked to him a little afterwards. Picked the wrong tire for the main event. Fell back to 4th, and that's where he finished last night. So Chris Ferguson looking to rebound tonight in the 22 car. Currently quickest in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 2. Track a little slimy for the first group of hot laps with the Hunt Front Super Dirt Series late models. So going to roll them back out onto the speedway for one more session. There you see Brandon Carpenter at Coldwater, Mississippi. Got a replay coming up. Here on the front straightaway of Brandon Carpenter on top of the hill trying to hang on to it. And gets it stopped up there. No harm, no foul. And he'll make his way back pit side, the 51B out of Coldwater, Mississippi. Hot lap session number 1 back out on the speedway to get rolled back in. They did a hot lap session or 2 to get the track a little more ran in. We'll give these drivers another shot at it. They were right around the 15.2 in their hot lap session, and hot lap session number 2 went to 13.5. So track has picked up pace already. Will Dykes getting ready to drop the green flag here in draft set hot lap session number 1. Tyler Millward, the 31 car, right there on your screen. Kingston, Georgia driver, Millward Plumbing. Machine Construction Company, Rocket XR1. Ricky Weiss, the March 8th winner of the I-75 Raceway, the Hunt Front Super Dirt Series opening championship night. The Sniper chassis, he's got 2 feature wins on the season, both coming in the state of Tennessee. He also picked up the Toilet Bowl win up at the Clarksville Speedway as well in the 7 car. Tyler Millwood, the fastest in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 1 in the 31 machine. Ricky Weiss, Ethan Dotson, Mario Gresham, Alan Stick. Your top 5 fastest. And we'll roll out wave number 3 of the Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session. And it looks like the first driver going to make his way out onto the speedway in the 51 car out of Coldwater, Mississippi, in the Carpenter Construction, Tennyson Brothers Sheet Metal Longhorn. It'll be Dean Carpenter. Right behind him, the 14 JR machine out of St. Augustine, Florida. In the Mills Concrete, Integra Shock Longhorn. It'll be the future Trey Mills in the 14 JR. The 12 machine out of Hampton, Georgia, the Jeff Matthews Motorsports. RVS number 12. That'll be Air Force Ashton Winger. Got to Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series win here at the Talladega Short Track. And the 22 car over the back straightaway. That'll be Drake Troutman, the Victory Circle Auto Sales Brickhouse Tavern number 22 out of Heinemann, Pennsylvania. And the 03 car out of Noonan, Georgia, the Gentry Used Auto Parts number 03. It'll be Oliver Gentry. Not with us last night. Joining us tonight. And the 212, the 2023 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series champion out of Florence, Alabama, the Morris Brothers Construction. 212 entry, that'll be the Florence Flash Josh Putnam at cart number 12. The 19 over the back straightaway to Marshalltown, Iowa. Currently second with the World of Outlaw Late Model Series point standings. In the TriStar Engines and Transmissions, Motley Pistons, Cooney Motorsports, number 19. That'll be the Reaper Ryan Gusted. And right behind him at the 05 at Century, Alabama. And the Britton Hauling 05, it'll be TJ Britton. As we get ready to roll Hot Lap Session number 3. Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 3 with the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series. Will Dykes throwing the green flag here in Dirt Draft Hot Lap Session number 3. Look for the drivers to pick up the pace. Air Force Ashton Winger right there on your screen. 5th place finish last night in that 12 machine. Looking to do a little bit better here this evening. 2023 winner The Hunt Front Series right here at the Talladega Short Track. Right up against that cushion over there in turn number 3 and 4 is the 12 machine. Hot laps going quick, fast, in a hurry here at the Hornet's Nest. Ryan Gustin on top of the leaderboard, 13,846. May have had some timing and scoring issues as well. Nonetheless, Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 4 getting ready to make their way out onto the Speedway. And the first driver going to make his way out onto the Speedway in the 76 car out of Evans, Georgia, the Wells Racing Longhorn Factory Machine, the 2023 Alabama Gang 100 winner right here at the Talladega Short Track. That'll be big, sexy Brandon Overton. The T1 car over the back straightaway. That'll be Todd Morrow out of Penton, Alabama. That one actually may be Cameron Trimble, the Trimble Electric number 1 over in the back straightaway, and right behind him in the 09 out of Sun River, Montana, the Dust Pond 09. That'll be Michael Leach. And the T1 of Todd Morrow is also out there on the Speedway. Last night's feature winner, the Mac Daddy, Dale McDowell of Chickamauga, Georgia, in the Easy Go Clot Synthetics. Number 17M, the Reese Monument Construction. Number 17M led only 1 lap last night, but it was the one that mattered. Looking to sweep the weekend here at Talladega Short Track. The 44D out of Salem, Alabama, and the Newport Lighting Rockin' XR1. It'll be Juicy Dalton Cook, the Why Not Motorsports Park winner in round number 2, 2025. And right behind him in the 26 car, out of Clover, Missouri. And the Powell Motorsports number 26P, that'll be Glenn Powell. And right behind him in the 18X entry, out of Douglasville, Georgia, 5-time Ice Bowl champion here at the Talladega Short Track. That'll be Michael Page in the Bear Truck and Trailer Sales 18X car. Hot lap session number 4, Dirt Draft Hot lap session number 4 already underway. McDowell quickly to the top of the leaderboard here in early on, picking up where he left off last night. 13,837, so the track picking up speed. Still a little ways from the track record, 12.42. And from what late model Mark has told me, that track record was quite something to see. So if you're going to hit a track record lap here at the Hornet's Nest, you're going to have to really be on the loud pedal. Nonetheless, Dirt Draft Hot Lap session number 5 up next out onto the Speedway. And the first driver out there on the racetrack in the 29 car, one of the Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year candidates out of Winchester, Tennessee, in the Hangers Hardwood Brickworks. Number 29, that'll be Christian Hanger. And right behind him in the 19M car, out of Meridian, Mississippi, in the Yellow Hammer design, Rocket XR1, that'll be Spencer Hughes. He had a little bit of a benefit of a break last night, courtesy of thanks to Josh Putnam and Tyler Erb having a little kerfuffle in their heat race. He went from 5th to 3rd and in turn number 4 to transfer into the show and have a good run. Crate Racing USA Modified Sportsmen, you are needed in staging. Modified, you are needed in staging. Also, someone in staging has inadvertently picked up Tyler Millwood's pit bike. If you could return that to him, he would be very, very grateful. Also, welcome each and every one of you watching live on the Facebook and YouTube as well with Hunt the Front TV. We are live night number 2 of the Bama Bash here at the Talladega Short Track Hunt Front Super Dirt Series. There you see Turbo Tyler Erb on the screen. And at a New Waverly, Texas, driving the Matt Tiff Gump Machine, trying to hang on to it out of turn number 4 right there for Turbo. He made a little bit of story last night with him and Josh Putnam having their little get-together. Heath Hyman, the 91 car, Signal Mountain, Tennessee. Another new driver with us tonight. We got one slow here on the front straightaway. Oakley Johns in the C6 car. Zippy Auto Sales C6. Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year leading points driver. Also out there in the Speedway was Corey Hedgecock, the 23 car, the BMF race cars number 23. And Peyton Freeman out of Commerce, Georgia, in the F1 car over the back straightaway. As Oakley Johns in the C6 car are going to get the assistance of the push as it comes to a stop here on the front straightaway. Our next wave of drivers getting set to make their way out onto the racetrack. First driver you'll see in the 16 car to Fort Payne, Alabama, the Troy Baird Truck and Trailer Sales number 16, the 2025 Ice Bowl champion here at the Talladega Short Track. That'll be Sam Seawright. Sam finished third in the 2024 Hunt Front Super Dirt Series standings a season ago. The 58 car out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, making his second start ever. Last night was his first start with the Hunt Front Super Dirt Series. In the Roberts Motorsports Mesilla Valley Transportation at Longcore, that'll be Garrett Alberson. And the 11 car over the turn number 3 and 4 right now. That'll be Austin Smith out of Cedartown, Georgia. The SCCS Solutions Capital Race car. The 57 machine. He led 39 of 40 laps last night out of Norrie, South Carolina, the Coltman Farms, number 57. That'll be Zach Mitchell. Looking to write a different story here tonight. Another new driver here with us out of Newport, Tennessee. In the Henry Trucking B00, the Boo Crew. That'll be Josh Henry. The 126 car also out there on the racetrack at Rogersville, Tennessee, the Bigfoot Enterprises. 126 will be Kate Loudy. Dylan Hatchett, the 59 car. Out of Quartersville, Tennessee, in the CNT Racing. Rockin' XR1. Is able to transfer into the show through heat races last night. Well, it's a big monument for him here at the Talladega Short Track. One of the Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year candidates in the 59 car. Smith Constructors for 59. Garrett Alberson already on top of the leaderboards, and as I say that, Austin Smith will move to the top of the 14-124. As the hot lap session is concluded, I do believe we'll have one more wave to hit the speedway here in just a moment. First couple of drivers going to make their way out onto the speedway. Another new driver here with us tonight. Out of Franklin, Indiana, in car number 23. That'll be Keegan Cox in the 23 car. The M2 machine out of Birmingham, Alabama. The CRM Motors M2 car. That'll be Caden Mullinax. Right behind him at the 7C. Out of Rheingold, Georgia. The Masterscapes Outdoor Design 7C. That'll be Jeremy Cropper. Cale Green in the 4 car to Pelon, South Carolina. The Trans-Toll Incorporated, Pelon Auto Care, number 4. Rolling into turn number 3 and 4 right now. Right behind him in the 18 car. Out of Harlem, Georgia, the Trimble Electric. Roel Well Drilling, number 18. That'll be Cameron Tribble. Joseph Joyner out of Milton, Florida. And the Hunt the Front Rubber Tractors, number 10, out there on the racetrack. And right behind him out of Gadsden, Alabama, the 38 machine. That'll be Dylan Tidmore. As the final wave of Dirt Trap Hot Laps is underway. Modifieds will be up next. Caden Mullinax moving to the top of the leaderboard. Joseph Joyner, Cale Green, Dylan Tidmore, Jeremy Cropper, the top 5 fastest in this group right now. 14:46. And Dirt Draft Hot Laps have come to a conclusion for the Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series Super Late Models. These drivers take back to the pit area, and they'll come back directly after the Crate Racing USA 604 hot lap qualifying for their Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series late model qualifying. So we got 2 classes in between us, and we'll be back in shortly. But first, the voice of the Talladega Short Track late model, Mark, getting ready to bring you 604 and modifieds.
Gracias, mi amigo, Senor Tommy. Yes, the Crate Racing USA modifieds will be pulling out on the track. This will be their second regular season visit, their third overall, as they ran the Ice Bowl as well. When we had our season opener on March 22nd, Scotty Hyatt out of Wadowee, Alabama, took the season opening win, and he is in the house tonight. Very stellar field of modifieds, most of them coming from Georgia and Alabama. So it's hot lap / qualifying. The track record here for the modifieds is set by David Kay at a 15:27. He set it in August the 29th of 2020. So it's been 4 and so many months since he set the track record. They're lined up in the staging lanes. Once again, the track record for the modifieds is a 15:27. May see something good. The track has been grooved in, if you will, by the supers. That was a heck of a session as I was passing out hats from different locations. Boy, I'm telling you, you folks in Turn 4, you guys got an earful over there, man. That sounds great down there. So the first couple of cars out on the track will be Dylan Crumpton out of Heflin, Alabama in the C1. Jamie Gowers in the number 25. He was part of our Talladega Short Track display booth at the World of Wheels in Birmingham back, was it late January, early February? And that's one of those cars built by David Reutemann, son of Buzzy Reutemann, one of the famous modified drivers out of Florida. And on opening night, he promptly belted the wall in turn number 1, did a little damage to that brand new ride. Third out will be Eddie Brannon out of Anniston. We call him Steady Eddie. Fourth out will be the season opening winner, Scotty Hyatt out of Wadowee, and Joseph Champion out of Heflin. Those are the first 5 cars. Hot lap qualifying. This is to streamline the show a little bit instead of having them hot lap and then come out and qualify. They do hot lap and qualifying. So you better have your stuff together right off the trailer when you come out with the modified division, as well as the other divisions that are hot lap and qualifying. So attention to the pits. We need 604 late models to the back of the staging lanes. 604 late models to the back of the staging lanes. You will follow the modifieds as we're waiting for the modifieds to roll over the hill here at Talladega Short Track. Welcome to the Hornet's Nest on this really, really nice Saturday night. Got a little breeze going. It's pretty nice out there. Even the world-famous 602 Roberto is here, which is always a privilege as he's a knowledgeable dirt late model guru. Open. Close. So we're just waiting for the modifieds to roll over the hill. As you're watching on the Hunt the Front live stream broadcast, the modifieds are pulling over the hill. Once again, the first car out scheduled is Dylan Crumpton in the C1 out of Heflin. Jamie Gowers out of Vincent in the 25. Steady Eddie Brannon out of Anniston. Scotty Hyatt, your opening night winner out of Wadowee. And Joseph Champion, the J7. Interesting dynamic about hot lap and qualifying when you think about it. I try not to think too much. Is one, you're coming right off the trailer. Super late models just ran in the track. 2, you got to be spaced out enough so you don't get wadded up behind somebody as you're trying to get a good time, because qualifying is very important on a night like tonight. And 3, you have to drive smart in hot lap and qualifying. How many chances do you take? How much do you pound the ground with it? So here we go. These modifieds, mostly all of them powered by the GM Performance Parts 602 sealed crate engine. They weigh 2,400 pounds, rather hefty, and they got small tires. So here we go. Hot lap / qualifying for the super late models. So you see the number 10 of Wadowee, Scotty Hyatt. Opening night winner as the modifieds are rolling around the track. We'll give you some times here momentarily. Once again, the track record here is a 15:27. Luke Riddle is also out on the track, former regional national weekly champion out of Hartselle, Alabama in the 26. Jamie Gowers right now quick in a 16-18. Champion second at 37. Crumpton at 38. Hyatt at 39. That's preceded by a 16. Riddle is 16.42 and Brennan is 16.79. So right now Jamie Gowers is quick with a 16.18. 16.18. That's the driver of number 25 out of Vincent, Alabama. Chris Yarborough also out there. A little more cars than I expected in this hot lap qualifying session. Yarborough second quick. Jamie Gowers has put that. Whoa, over the wall we go. No harm, no foul. Luke Riddle hanging that puppy out. Jamie Gowers to the top of the heap with a 15.99. The first driver in the 15s. Checkered flag for the group. So the top 7, Gowers, quick, 15.99. Second, Yarborough, 16.19. Riddle with a 23. Hyatt, fourth quick with a 24. The Joseph Champion, 16.32. Crumpton, a 38. And Steady Eddie Brandon, a 61. So Jamie Gowers has about 2/10 on the field in qualifying with that 15.99. You're watching a replay on the Hunt the Front TV broadcast. You see Scotty Hyatt in the number 10. I believe they were going to try to show Luke Riddle coming over the banking in turn 4. No harm, no foul, no contact. Here we go. If you're watching the race broadcast, you look up on turn at number 4, and he goes way up there and looking at the wall. Whoa, Nelly, maybe he just tickled it. Maybe a kiss. If it wasn't a doink or a kaboom, you might have just tickled it a little bit. Hot lap qualifying continues. Crate Racing USA, 604. Late models to the staging lanes, please. 604. Late models to the staging lanes, please. You see the 59 of Brett Gardner out of Dallas, Georgia in that beautiful blue ride. Did have Parker Thompson, the T7, Tyler Hurst, the 25H, Chris Fano out there in the C87. Still the time to beat. The only guy in the 15s, Jamie Gowers in the 15.99. Let's see who can get quick in this second qualifying group. 22 modifieds in the house tonight. Nice field, full field. You're watching Tyler Hurst, who's no stranger to the winner's circle here in that 25H. Having a little bit of a tussle with that black ride. Tyler Hurst goes 5th quick, 16.29. 16.29, that's the 25 you see on your Hunt Front TV. Oh boy, that thing is pushing like a Studebaker with a flat tire in turns 3 and 4. White flag for the field. We're running out of laps for anybody to catch Gowers with that 15.99. Quickest in this group is Tyler Hurst with a 16.29. 16.29 quick in this group. .604. Late models to the staging lanes, please. Kyle Clifton. Kyle Clifton, the Ranburn Rambler, has gotten up to 5th. He's driving the 10C machine. Clifton is absolutely very familiar with the winner's circle here at Talladega Short Track. So the quickest in that group, group number 2, Kyle Clifton with a 16.27. You're watching a very cool camera angle on the Hunt the Front TV of the scales here at Talladega Short Track. You can see the weight. Got to be 2,500 pounds. He's good. Really cool camera angle. My props to the Hunt the Front TV people for getting different shots here at TST. All you got to be is 2,400 and you're good to go. Final hot lap qualifying group here out on the track. See the 0-1 of Corey Hillman. He's won a bunch of features here at Talladega Short Track. 29 of Brian Ferguson, always in the hunt here at TST. Lonnie Newton in the number 2 out of Raglan. Bradley Willingham in the 55. Richard Bagby in the 19. Logan McVeigh in the 17. As I said earlier, Brian Ferguson in the 29. Victoria Anderson into B6. Very cool angle as the cars go across the scales. You see Chris Fennell going across the scales, and that's C87. The Georgia driver's good to go. Here you see the 55 machine of Bradley Willingham out of Dora, Alabama, out there in Walker County. So 1599 is top of the heap. Only driver in the 15s, that would be Jamie Gowers in that new Reutemann modified. So far in this third group, Corey Hillman's quickest in his group, but ninth overall with a 16:43, still with a couple of laps left to go. Watching the 0-1 of Corey Hillman. He just took the checkered flag. Hillman ran a pretty decent lap up there. Ninth quickest so far, 16:43. But still, that Gowers, that 15:99 is not going to be beat because we're wrapping it up here. Another cool shot in the Hunt the Front TV of the cars coming across the scales where you can see the weight numbers up there shown. That's really, really cool. 2575. Weight on that. Number 17 ride. The next car coming across the scales. It's number 19 of Richard Bagby out of Winston, Georgia. 2590. Got a little weight on that. Boy, you can see the camber on the right front on there. Woo. 2630, a little on the hefty side, that's for sure. The driver of that number 55 taking no chances. Next out on the track will be the Crate Racing USA 604 late models for their hot lap qualifying session. Just remember, folks, when you go in the concession stand, if you want to get chili on your hot dog, the gals will put it on there. You want barbecue stuff on your french fries, and we do have some onions, a little sauerkraut, and some pickles. You just have to ask for them. Gals are working hard down there in the concession stand to kind of keep you full and wet your whistle and all that good stuff. We've got all kinds of candy and chips and popcorn and hot dogs, hamburgers, french fries, and nachos, barbecued sandwiches, chicken sandwiches. Usual racetrack air. And don't forget, we got the ice cream trailer down there. Miss Wanda's got her boiled and roasted peanuts. Check out the Talladega Short Track souvenir trailer. And, of course, we got Racers Row with the Racers merchandise out on the other side of the ticket booth. It's a lot of fun throwing out those O'Reilly Auto Parts hats to some of the folks. I got a few more. 21 entries, going to run for $2,000 to win for the Crate Racing USA Modifieds. Hello, late models tonight. These are the 604 version. The all-steel 602s ran last night. The 604s are in the house. They have aluminum heads on their GM Performance Parts sealed crate engines. First batch of cars coming out will be Marty Massey in the number 15 out of Douglasville, Georgia. Todd Brewster out of Villa Rica in the 18B. Heath Carr in the number 3 out of Ashland. Mike Combs out of Odenville making a return. He's the track champion down at Buckshot Speedway. Jake Knowles out of Rome, Georgia. Jake Knowles certainly knows how to get around Talladega. So did his daddy. And Jake Knowles has won a bunch of races here at TST, driving the number 66 out of Rome. Adam Galden in the 17 out of Talladega. There's the Rockledge Rocket, Brad Berry out of Atala, Alabama. He was your season opener winner on March 22nd a couple of weeks ago. Going back to his roots in the 604, and I'm glad he's back at it. He has a great page, the Days of Dirt with Brad Berry and his family. And boy, Maggie's sprouted about 2 feet, seems like, in the last year. Great family. That's the driver, the number 27, the Rockledge Rocket. There you see Marty Massey out of Douglasville in that all-black machine. He ran last night in the 602s. You see the 18 of Todd Brewster out of Villa Rica, Georgia. Heath Carr in the white over black number 3. Here we go. Track record for this division is Matt Henderson at a 13.62. Set back on October 1st of 2021. Boy, if we broke the track record here, Tommy, I think I'd go and get a toupee by Boswell. Don't hold me to it. Oh, a little trouble for Marty Massey up on top of turn number 2, doing a little spin-a-rooney, facing the wrong way. Get back to hot lap qualifying in just a moment. Attention in the pits. Attention in the pits. Hunt the front, super late model qualifying. Group A. Super late model qualifying. Group A. To the staging lanes, please. Super Group A to the lanes. My fellow announcer up here, Tommy, is playing Super Mario on his phone while he's killing some time. We're doing time trials here for the Crate Racing USA 604s. Jake Knowles right there, quick, 15:41 for Jake Knowles. Godfrey second at 16:19. Lunsford third at 23. Burdett at 24. 8 cars out here. My. That's a lot of cars for hot lap qualifying. Heath Carr goes to the top of the board. That's the black number 3 under the flag stand. 14.69. The 76 for Massey. A 15.13 for Barry. Right now, Heath Carr's has got a 10th and change over second. About 3/4 tenths over the rest of the field as they're completing their hot lap qualifying session here at the Talladega Short Track. Drivers are searching for moisture or putting them right rear where it's a little bit black and blue. Heath Carr 69 still. Checkered flag. Massey second at 14.76. Barry third at 15.13. Galton at 15.33 fourth. Jake Knowles had a 15.44. Let's see if we have any changes on the last couple of corners here for the field. We do not. So right now, driver the number 3 out of Ashland, Alabama, quick time so far with a 14.69. Second quick is Marty Massey at a 14.76. Those are the only 2 cars in the 14s. The rest of the field is in the 15s. Once again, a nice shot as the cars go across the scales. Boy, you can definitely see the pitch of the body with the way the suspensions are nowadays when they bury the right front in the corners. You got to have that body lifted up. Cool stuff. Second group of 604s, you see the 11 of Nicholas Godfrey out of Margaret, Alabama. Should have Marty Lunsford in the M96 out of Newnan, Georgia. 17W of Bailey Williams out of Fayetteville, Georgia. Will McConnell out of Dallas, Georgia. Number 4, Kyle Beck out of Rome, Georgia. Alan Stike in the number 11. He's out of Americus, Georgia. Red driving red farmer's car, Lee Burdett in the F97. The time right now is 14:69. These drivers will have 4 laps to try to change that puppy up. Super late model qualifying group number A. Group number A for the Supers. To the staging lanes, please. There you're watching Lee Burdett driving famous Red Farmers Alabama Gang F97 out of Hueytown, Alabama. And Lee Burdett took over the reins of this ride in the second half of the 2024 season. He was getting top 5s all the time. Real good stuff. Heath car still quick at a 79, Massey second quick. No one's taken over from the top 5 of that first session. Still got a couple laps left to go. Ooh, boy, boom. The number 17 just shellacked the wall coming out of turn number 2. That should be Bailey Williams. Let's see what kind of damage he's got on the right rear. He doinked it pretty good. Okay, we got somebody who popped in the top 5 here in this second group. Alan Stike out of Americus, Georgia, is now third quick with a 14.87. 3 drivers in the 14s. Carr with a 69, Massey with a 76, and Stike with an 87. Fourth quick is Barry with a 15.13, and then Beck with a 15.14. So that second group had a couple of movers, not necessarily shakers, but some movers up on the qualifying board. We should just have a couple of cars left to go. You were here last night and you watched Brody Thompson, the young 14-year-old driver, take the 602 main event last night over a big field. Man, there's some folks here that love it. Very proud of that young man. So Brody Thompson's going to be in the 604s tonight. He'll be in the T9, and David Kay out of Lincoln in the K5. Josh Atkins in the 28. Jason Morris out of Glencoe with those Dano seasoning on the side. Preston Walden out of Gardendale, just over the hill for me. Jonathan Chapman out of Odenville. Super late model qualifying group A. You know what the A stands for, Tommy? Awesome. With the field we have here tonight, awesome. No doubt about it. Now the track is not much different, but somewhat different than last night. There's more blue on the track. So the drivers in qualifying are going to be searching for some traction in various locations, where they're going to do it on the bottom or start working the cushion way upstairs. It remains to be seen. So Josh Atkins in the 28 out of Dega. David Kay out of Lincoln in the K5. Brody Thompson in the T9. Jason Morris in the 10. Preston Walden out of Gaddendale. 54 of Jonathan Chapman. There you see the 54 of, well, Jonathan Chapman. They used to be the old Nick DeWeese machine. Maybe he's driving for Nick. I'm not exactly sure. There's the high side hammer right there. David Kay in the number 5. You see 28 of Josh Atkins. He has won a pile of races, mostly in super late models here at Talladega Short Track. In the 604 division, you see in the Hunt the Front broadcast the 54 of Chapman and Preston Walden out of Garden Hill in that 82. There's a 44 of Rod Carroll. Rod Carroll out of Anniston. He's been doing this a little bit. He won a limited late model feature in 2024, which was really, really cool. So the final group of Crate Racing USA 604 late models, hot lap / qualifying. Still the time to beat is a 14.69 by Keith Carr. Massey second with a 14.76, Stike with an 87. The rest are in the 15s. Track's getting a little bit slower as the night progresses. No major changes except for one glaring change. Josh Atkins in that 28 has moved to 4th on the board. That 15.05. That will put him outside second row. Not too shabby. Still got a couple laps. The white flag is going. See if he can move up. Now this is very important because Heath Carr is right now going to be on the pole with a 69. Massey outside row 1 with a 76. Stike inside row 2 with an 87. Atkins outside row 2 with a 15.05. David Kane in this group is up to ninth with a 15.27. So the big mover in this final group is the number 28 of Josh Atkins out of Talladega, Alabama. He set fourth quick time, but concluding Great Racing USA qualifying. It's Heat Car on top of the totem pole, or the pile, or whatever you want to call it. Super Late Model qualifying group number A is up to bat next. We're going to turn it to the grovelly voice of the Hunt the Front Super Late Model Series. Dr. Tommy will be taking over.
On the front, Super Dirt Series late model qualifying, My Race Pass qualifying, getting ready to roll out onto the speedway. Group A going to make their way to the infield. 27 drivers going to make up Group A, then we'll have 27 more for Group B. Give us a total car count tonight of 54 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series late models signed in here on the evening. As the cars start making their way off the speedway for the 604s and Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series super late models making their way out onto the racetrack. Chris Ferguson, the fastest in the Dirt Draft Hot Lap session just a moment ago, finished fourth last night. 13.5 at 96 for the Mount Holly, North Carolina driver. He'll be set to roll here in just a moment. Get all the super late models over there lined up, ready to go. The first two drivers out on the speedway in Group A will be Tyler Millwood and Ryan Wilson. Also, race fans, while you do have a moment, My Race Pass does sponsor the Hunt Front Super Dirt Series qualifying. All the race day information you need right there in the palm of your hands. On your phone, you can download the My Race Pass app on the Google Play Store, the Apple Store, whatever kind of smartphone or dumb phone that you use. My Race Pass, great tool to use. It'll give you all the lineups, information about the drivers, results, live timing and scoring, all at the palm of your hands with the My Race Pass app. You can download the My Race Pass app. Right now, have all the information. So if you don't have My Race Pass, it is a great tool to have. Use it all the time. Have it open up right now to get ready to follow My Race Pass Super Dirt Series late model qualifying coming up here in just a moment. Drivers all making their way out onto the racetrack, all 27 of them. Another Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series record here tonight, as we said, 54 drivers. Last night saw Las Cruces, New Mexico driver Garrett Alberson making his Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series late model debut. He also set quick time in his group in Group A, 13.328 last night. We're looking for another great run. And his third in the main event last night, finished on the podium in his first career Hunt the Front Super Dirt Series start. Drivers going across the scales. All right, My Race Pass qualifying. They're getting lined up down there. Hunter Jordan down there in the infield. The Train Pates Hot Pits. Hunter, just about ready to go with qualifying. You got the insights for us.
Haven't really gotten any word from any guys, but just by watching the track, it definitely looks like a different track from last night. Like I said earlier before hot laps, a lot more moisture in the speedway tonight. So don't expect those times to really drop drastically like they did last night. So expect a lot of high speeds. You know, we've had some cars on it which ran it in, which I think honestly is going to help the track. Usually you don't want a whole lot of cars on it, but with how much moisture is in, I think all those cars really helps. But I'm really excited. I think Ethan Dotson's really going to put on a show here in qualifying, so watch out for the 74X.
All right, appreciate it. Hunter Jordan down there in the Trade and Paint hot pits. The yellow light on. Get the first two drivers out there in the speedway in the 31 car. Out of Kingston, Georgia, the Millwood Plumbing Rocket XR1. That'll be Tyler Millwood. And right behind him in the 4 car, it'll be Ryan Wilson out of Margaret, Alabama. And ready to roll around the speedway. First two drivers in the My Race Pass qualifying. Will Dyke's going to drop the green flag. $14,722 for Tyler Millwood. Ryan Wilson, $15,089 on first lap times. Millwood will keep his first lap time. Wilson on lap number 2. He'll go a little bit quicker, 14,952 for Ryan Wilson. Next two drivers going to make their way out onto the speedway in the 21 car out of Rome, Georgia. One of the Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year candidates in the Akers Wrecker Services, Mackey Excavating Tree. Number 21 will be Super Mario Gresham, and right behind him in the 74X entry out of Bakersfield, California. 2024 Hunt Front Super Dirt Series winner back in October the 4th. It'll be Ethan Dotson, the ASD Motorsports, B&K Grading and Paving, number 74X entry. Gresham 15,642 on his opening lap time. Ethan Dotson, he'll go to third quick, 15,228. 15,228 for Ethan Dotson. Second lap time coming up for Super Mario, a little bit quicker. He'll remain fourth quick, 15,398. 15,398 for Super Mario. Dotson on lap number 2. He'll keep the first one, 15,228. 15,228 for Ethan Dotson. Next two drivers out on the speedway on the 49 car. The Base Racing Fuels Rookie of the Year candidates out of Denver, North Carolina, with Ferris Commercial Motors, Bilstein Shocks, Metal Militia, Longhorn, that'll be Luke Maury. And right behind him in the 10C, out of McKenzie, Tennessee, and the Cooper Trucking Rocket XR1, that'll be Matt Cooper in the 10C. First lap time for Maury, 15,256, 15,256, fourth quick right now. Matt Cooper, he'll go third quick, 15,173, 15,173 from Matt Cooper. Second lap time for Maury, he'll go to fourth quick, 15,207. And Cooper, he'll keep the first lap time, 15,173, 15,173 for Matt Cooper. Next two drivers on the speedway. The first driver out there on the racetrack in the 11 car of America's Georgia, the Simply Elegant Landscaping 11S entry, Alan Stike in the 11 car. And right behind him, the 7 machine out of Headingley, Manitoba, Canada. March 8th winner with the Hunt Front Super Dirt Series. 2 feature wins on the season. The Dryden G-Style Transport, number 70, Ricky Weiss. The Stike coming around. First lap time will be fourth quick, 15,191, 15,191. Ricky Weiss, he will go to third quick, 14,959, 14,959. Second lap time coming up for Stike. He'll keep the first one, 15,191 on lap number 1. Ricky Weiss, he'll go to second quick on lap number 2, 14,825, 14,825 for Ricky Weiss. Next two drivers out there on the speedway. This driver had a little bit of line last night looking for a window. As Cavalry race car from World About Champion, two-time Ice Bowl champion here at Talladega Short Track. That'll be the Georgia Bulldog, Shane Clanton. And behind him, the 21 XXX machine out of Columbus, Mississippi. And the Advanced Logistics 21 XXX, it'll be Neil Baggett. First lap time coming up for Shane Clanton. Second quick, 14:824. A lot better than last night. Neil Baggett, he'll go fourth quick, 14:938, 14:938. And Clanton off the hill he goes in turn number 4.